Or brand into a marketable radio show? Contact us today at 214-531-3301 and start streaming.
Hello, I'm Hosea
And I'm Mahogany Monro.
with What's Going On podcast. Tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
For finances, networking, and living your best life.
Catch us every Thursday on Side A of the After Party Radio.
See you at the party.
You are tuned into the A side on THAafterparty.com.
Good evening, everyone. This is Hosea Robinson, and you are tuned in to What's Going On DFW Radio and Podcast, and it's powered by the AfterPartyRadio.com. Today we have this is going to be our first series in a long line of series in which we're going to be tackling certain subject matters relating to business. As you know, with the What's Going On DFW Radio podcast, we specialize in regards to giving a media outlet to small and medium minority business owners that are right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and also giving light to those persons that are out and that are actively working in the community and doing the great work that is sometimes forgotten about. Today we have a special guest on the show, and my regular colleague. She will be joining in with us remotely, for she is on assignment on tonight. As you know, that's my cohort, Miss Mahogany Monro. We have with us in the studio today a good friend of mine and family member. I've been knowing this young man for several years now. He has a very interesting story. His name is Mr. Roger Foggle. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, man? Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Man, no problem, no problem.
Everyone out there, how y'all doing?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is Mr. Roger Foggle. He's a licensed barber right here in Fort Worth, Texas, but he has a unique story that we're going to dive into here in a little bit. But also, we're going to have a couple of things that are going to be coming up that we want you to be aware of. Before we go to further detail, just wanted to bring out to your attention that let's see here. On February the 7th, the AfterPartyRadio.com will be hosting a live event that's on Thursday, February the 7th. This is going to include the After Party All Stars with DJ Curdy and the comedian celebrity. The doors will open at 7 p.m. and the pre-sale are $15 tickets. This will also be a live pod broadcast. In addition to that, with the event, it's going to be some live comedy, some prizes, and you're going to have a whole lot of fun. This will be a great event for you and yours and significant others, and just a good friendly night out. This event will be at the Brick House Lounge, 2525 East Arkansas Lane, Arlington, Texas, 76010, and our website, the After Party Radio, theafterparty.com, phone number 214-531-3301 if you have any questions. So one of the subjects that we're going to be talking about today as relates to business and business owners, and as my colleague, she should be calling in right now. She'd be calling in to the line 972-591-8272. She should be calling in here very soon. We want to go ahead and give her some time to call in, but as she calls in, one of the subjects that's rarely talked about as relates to business ownership and entrepreneurship is the subject of fear. But before we tackle into that, I want you all to get to know the person that's here as a guest with us on today. This is again, Roger Foggle, licensed barber. He works right out of Fort Worth, Texas. A very cool guy. He has a lot of things going on, but he has a unique story as well. Roger, go ahead and Go ahead and. Is she okay? Excuse me. Before you jump in, Mahogany, how you doing?
Hey, everybody. So sorry I couldn't be in attendance so you all can see my pretty face. But I'm out. I'm handling some business, but I am going to be a part of the show still today. Thank God for that, for technology. So I'm here, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Nice. Thank you so much for joining Mahogany. I know you're out on assignment currently right now, and but I do appreciate your due diligence on signing in with us on tonight. Just about to go ahead and let Roger formally introduce himself as it relates to our being a guest on the show today, and go ahead and giving his story, as relates to being a licensed barber and how it correlates to the subject of what we're going to be talking about today, which is the subject of fear. So, Roger, go ahead, take it away, brother.
I'm Roger Foggle. I'm the owner of Razor Doctor Products and Services. It's based out of Millennium Cuts Barber Studio at 8000 Wichita in Fort Worth, Texas 76140.
Gotcha. Cool. So take us. Let's get to. I want the people to get a chance to know you, and so give us a little brief history, like in regards to your story as it relates to you coming up in Fort Worth, and how we got to you being a licensed barber.
Well, you want the nitty gritty, or you want me to be? Because I know we on the radio. I don't know how do I need to be rated R? Do I need to be PG?
PG, please.
Okay,
PG. It's
okay,
family,
well,
family. It's family. It's family friendly.
Yeah, PG.
PG. How I got into barbering.
Okay.
Man, I had just got put on probation by the state of Texas. Wasn't doing anything with my life.
Okay.
Still out there, like doing whatever I wanted to do, doing it how I wanted to do it. And I can't remember how. I can remember how, but I can't remember where I was going. My aunt saying it picked me up from somewhere. I can't
Okay.
remember. I don't know if I was reporting, if I was on my way, or something. We was on the way back to the house, and we was going down Seminary.
Okay.
And there was a barber college on Seminary. It was called RHDC.
Okay.
So to keep from hearing her mouth, because I was tired of she's just in my ear. She's in my ear. She's just really drilling me. I was like, hey, put over there. I'm going to barber college. Didn't have a plan on going to barber college. Never cut any hair in my life.
Wow.
So she drops me off, and I'll go in, look and make sure she leaving. But she sat there for a minute. If you know my aunt saying, you have to know she's always piddling around and doing something in her car or
Okay.
doing something on the phone.
Okay.
So the administrators, Miss Katie and Miss Williams,
Okay.
sir, can we help you?
Okay.
I was like, who, me? Like, yeah, this is a barber college. Would you like to attend?
Mm.
So my aunt is still out there. I'm hiding from her.
Okay.
So I go in there, man. That was on a Wednesday.
Okay.
And that Tuesday, I started barber college, man, almost 19 years ago.
19 years ago. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Go ahead, Mahogany, with the next question, if you don't mind.
Okay. What? Honestly, I could barely hear him. I mean, you're clearer than he is. He sounded kind of far away, so I don't know
Okay.
what's going on with that.
Okay, not a problem. He just gave us his brief description in regards to, his story in regards to getting into barbering. But I'll go ahead and ask the next question. Talk to me about when prior to making that transition, and okay, you made the decision of going into the barber school through that freak event, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Through that freak event. What were some of the things that you experienced right off the bat that kind of was there anything that was in question or anything like that? Like, were you 100% sure that you wanted to do it?
And honestly, I wasn't.
Okay.
But I had to do something because probation was on me. You got to do something.
Okay.
You can't keep coming in with these dirty UAs. You can't keep not showing up to
Right.
and you're not having a place to where you're going or what you're doing, things
Okay.
like that. So, hey, I did it, man, and honestly, I'm glad my aunt had pushed. She really doesn't know this, but her fussing pushed me into doing barbering, man. And
Right.
like I said, it was probably the best decision that I ever made. Like, let me go ahead and just talk to these ladies.
Right.
And some of the friendships that I made in barber school, we're still close today. I actually work in a barber shop with gentlemen that I actually went to barber school with. Several of these barbers that started at this shop, Millennium Cuts, have went on to be great business owners in their own right,
Right.
with their own shops.
Okay.
So, hey, barbering to me is bigger than cutting hair.
Yes, sir. Right. I get it.
I
get it. And so talk to us about what are some of the struggles and the challenges that you have experienced as being a black businessman today?
Laziness.
Laziness.
Yes, that's it. we as African black business owners, we tend to settle. We tend to think that somebody owes us something,
Okay.
and a lot of people don't understand. We don't have PTO.
Right.
We don't
Right.
have vacation time.
Right.
But you want to whine about not having income. Get your behind up and go to work.
Wow. Now, is this something that you experienced early on yourself,
Oh,
though?
most
Yeah.
definitely, most
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
experienced that early on
so
because I felt like because now I'm a barber, I got my license, I can go to the barber shop when I want to.
okay.
But then at the end of the week, when you barely paying booth rent,
Uh huh.
now what?
Okay.
Booth rent was $65.
At that time.
Haircuts were $8 and $12.
Okay. Okay.
Now they're 25 and 30.
Right.
Booth rent has went up as well, but it's the same thing. You have to get up. When you are a business owner, you only get out of your business what you put into your business. If you put trash into your business,
Right.
guess what your business is going to give back to you? Trash. Exactly.
Go
Exactly. But we get complacent and we get
Right.
lazy. Honestly, and still I suffer today with it.
Really.
But I get up and go to work.
Right.
I might get up and oh Lord, I got to go to the barber shop today. I got to go deal with these people. But I love cutting hair.
Right.
I do.
Right.
But I just wish sometimes I didn't have to be there at 6 in the morning. I didn't have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. But guess what? By 5 or 6 o'clock, and my numbers have matched up, and that dollar look how it looked. I forget all about why I didn't want to come to work this morning.
Wow. Wow.
You have to. I mean, just honestly, when you're a business owner, especially a self-employed,
Yes, sir.
you got to go. You got
Yeah.
to get your behind up. You got to be there. You got to put up with everything that goes with it. You got. What I'm gonna tell you, the best thing for me,
Mhm.
I pray on the way to work.
Mm.
I pray when I get to work.
That's good.
A lot of times when I'm servicing my clients, I'm praying too because you don't know what they're dealing with.
Right. That's good.
You don't know the spirit might jump off of you. Somebody
Right.
might, and you have to let God lead you, especially when you're dealing with your clients and things like that, because you deal with people from all walks of life.
Right. Right.
It might be some guy. Interesting story, man. At my first time in Millennium Cuts, I had a guy had a heart attack in the chair.
Wow.
Yes,
A heart
had a heart
attack.
attack in the chair.
Wow.
Heart attack in the chair. No idea.
Wow. Wow.
But, through prayer and some quick thinking from the guys that's in the barbershop, we
Right.
ended up, hey, that ended up being pretty good. It could have been drastic, could have been worse, but it ended up being pretty good.
Wow, that's great, man. And I'm glad to hear that it turned out well. But yeah, on any given day, something can happen, right?
Any given day.
Right. For those of y'all that are just now tuning in, we're on with Mr. Roger Foggle as our special guest today on What's Going On DFW Radio Podcast, and we're talking about the subject of fear. Talking about the subject of fear as relates to those that are self-employed, those that are entrepreneurs, those that are wanting to be business owners. We're talking about the subject of fear and how it correlates to not only his business, his line of business and expertise, but how it correlates with all persons that are aspiring or that are currently in the business ownership role. Mahogany Monro, she's with us online currently right now, remotely. She's on assignment right now. Mahogany, what questions did you have for Mr. Foggle?
Mr. Foggle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll just get my earbuds in check. Okay, so Mr. Foggle, one of the questions that I do have for you, let me pull it up so I don't mess it up, is what other types of jobs did you do prior to having your own business?
I went to the Navy. I've been to college. I've had more chances at college than any college student in the world. Like I went to Weatherford College, Navarro College, Alcorn State University. Just being lazy. Not having any direction. Let me see. I worked at Boeing Electronics for a hot minute. Most of my jobs I worked at Foot Locker.
Uh-huh.
And it's Foot Action. I do apologize.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, hey,
Okay.
it was the streets for me.
Really? And so, let me ask you this because
Oh,
for those,
my bad.
go ahead,
My
Mahogany.
bad.
Go ahead.
So I was going to ask, out of all those jobs, like, while you was working those jobs, did you ever have a moment to where you was like, man, I'm tired of this, you know what I'm saying? Or you just got sick of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I know for me, when I was working my job, I just finally got to that point where I was always at that point, but I wasn't over that ledge, if you know what I mean. Like I wasn't to the point to where I was really sick of it. Because I understand now that when you're really sick and tired of doing something, and you really feel it like in your spirit that you're sick and tired of doing it, you will find another way to do something else. So at what point did you reach that tip of that iceberg? Like, okay, yeah, it's time to do something else. I can't keep working for people no more.
Well, I knew that before I even started working because I always had a dream, like the typical black male growing up in the inner city. I want to play professional basketball. I want to play professional football. But with the choices that I made and decisions that I made, didn't allow me to do that. I was never content. It didn't matter what job. I honestly could have been working at Lockheed or I could have been working at Bell Helicopter. I still would not have been content because I always felt like it was something better for me. That happened before I even had a job because I always had these big dreams and these big aspirations. I always wanted to set my own path, do my own thing. Even in the military.
Right.
Military was a great move for me.
Okay.
But I still wasn't fulfilled.
Okay.
And that wasn't my purpose. So
Okay.
that's why barbering, and that's why I always tell people the story about how my aunt was just fussing and not realizing she pushed me into my purpose and made me fulfill my calling.
Wow, that's good. And that kind of touched on
Yeah.
Go ahead,
and
Mahogany.
and that's another thing I did want to touch on. What you just said. You were never content.
Never.
You were never content, and you always felt like it was something better out there, something else that you know that you're supposed to be doing. You felt like you always had a purpose. And I preach that to like all of my friends that's watching or anybody that's close to me. I preach that to them like you have a purpose, you know, and if your purpose is to be a worker, then that's fine. If your purpose is to be an entrepreneur, you're gonna feel it in your spirit. Like you're never gonna be content, and I'm glad you said that. You're never gonna be content with whatever it is, whatever job or whatever it is that you're doing, because you're supposed to be doing something different.
Well, Mahogany, I think we want so much for other people. And even things that they don't see. That's why I hate to keep going back to it. But my aunt wanted greatness for me. My aunt wanted me to do something. Don't stop getting on your friends. Honestly, I know it gets tiring. I know that you might tend to argue sometimes. You might but you got to stay on them. You have to push them because a lot of times we don't see greatness in ourselves.
Right.
Other people see it.
Right.
So
that's good. And if you don't mind, I had one question that I wanted to ask you.
Go ahead.
Because I know your story. I know there was a lot of valleys that you had to go through.
Oh
there was
my God.
some hills
Prison.
that yeah.
Prison,
Go ahead and talk about it. Talk about it.
Prison, man. You would never know.
Yeah, how
if
did
you
that
look
affect
at me
you?
today?
Right.
You would never know that I've been to prison.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
And I share that because that's part of my testimony, and
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed. So whenever it comes up, I embrace that, and I thank God that I'm glad He sent me to prison. I'm glad
Wow.
that my decisions that I made forced me to go to prison. Grow
Wow.
up.
Wow.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up.
That's
You cannot stop living in 1988. Stop living in 1990.
Right.
Those days are over with. You can't stop trying to be super slick. Stop trying to hustle everything in the neighborhood. Stop trying to sell this because you're only ruining. You're just making your road harder.
Wow.
Good thing about it, in 2002, God just finally said, "Come on,
Wow.
I got you." He saved me.
Right.
He did, man. It was rough, especially for somebody like me.
Right.
When I got there, I was like, man, I have no business here.
Wow.
And the most demeaning, and I tell people this story, something drastic has to happen to you in order for you to wake up. And going to prison, to prison was not the drastic thing.
Mm.
And I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah. Well, what was the drastic thing?
When you go, they have what you call intake.
Okay.
When you first hit a prison unit.
Okay.
You do these shots, you go to medical, you do a whole bunch of paperwork and stuff like that.
Right.
But the most demeaning thing for me was when I'm ladies going down the line, she's telling the man each man to wiggle your fingers, raise your arms up, lift your tongue up, raise your feet up, let me see your feet. Lift this up, your male genital, lift it up.
Right.
The most demeaning thing for me and the final straw for me was when that lady told me to turn around, bend over, and she just wanted to do a cavity search. She wanted to look up, and as a man,
Right.
that was so demeaning
Oh,
to
Yeah.
me.
no.
Yeah.
That was so demeaning, and I
Yeah.
made up in my mind
Mm.
then I would never ever see these walls again.
That's
Never,
wow.
never.
Wow.
See, that's why I say it's got to be something drastic.
Right.
See, going to prison was a bad thing.
Yeah. Right.
But to be demeaned and
Right.
disrespected and violated
Right.
as a man,
Right.
it might not be as strong as I don't believe in violating anybody's body, man or woman.
No doubt. No doubt.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it has happened, but that woke me up. Like, this is what you got to deal with if you keep doing this.
Mhm.
And then it started like the whole 365 days. You can be leaving the child hall, get
Mhm.
naked.
Mhm.
Leaving the library, get naked. Coming from visitation, get naked. It was just demeaning, man. That was the most. I just thought that was so disrespectful.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So let me ask you this, because I have this question that I've always wanted to ask someone that has unfortunately had to take that route, but now they're on the other side and they're doing well, right? Uh, is it safe to say that with all the stipulations that they put on a person that has gone through the system, now it's indoctrinated on you on that whole subject of fear. Now I'm fearful when I come out. How is society going to see me? How is society going to take me? Is society going to give me a chance? Do you think that for those that are watching, that those to those of us that are listening to us right now that are on a podcast or watching this on Facebook Live, that may have a family member, or it may be them that have this type of resume per se, they have the equivalent to the exact same thing of what you have gone through, the exact same thing that you've gone through. Is it safe to say that it's a possibility that when you go through that route, that it forces you to be an entrepreneur, it forces you to be a business owner, it gives you that mindset?
it's you have a choice.
Okay.
You have a choice,
Okay.
and you can either be a business owner, or you can get a job. Back in the past,
Right.
a lot of convicted felons, they didn't have very many choices.
Got you.
Today, convicted felons don't have very many choices. But the choice that you have,
Hmm.
you have to take advantage of it.
That's it.
You know, you can't always use, well, I'm a convicted felon. I can't get a job because I'm a convicted. No, that's wrong, because you scan Facebook, you have felony-friendly companies. The problem with a lot of felons and a lot of people who do crime and stuff like that, they're used to they're used to a quick dollar.
Okay. Okay.
You know, they're
Right.
used to taking something from somebody.
Exactly.
But it's the mind.
Right.
It's the mind.
Mindset.
It's not society.
Yeah.
When you have a made up mind,
Right.
I don't care what you want. What happens? Your mind, your made up mind. I don't. Hey, they didn't hire me. That's all right. In my mind, I'm going somewhere else.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
they fired me on this job.
Mhm.
That's all right. I'm going somewhere else.
Mhm.
It's in the mind. You have
Gotcha.
to change your mind, and you have to have a plan. A lot of times when you come home from prison, I see it all the time. A lot of people, they don't have a plan. They just
Okay.
they just gonna come out
And then
streets, and
right.
I need that fast dollar. But man, my granny used to say, fast dollar, good dollar,
Mhm.
but a slow dollar, that's a for sure dollar.
That's
And I
good.
didn't understand that. I
That's
didn't
good.
understand that till I got older.
Right. Right.
So I understand that now.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that every day is a great day in the barbershop.
Right. Right.
Every day but long as I get up and go
Mhm.
to that barbershop every day, man,
Right.
it's a day to me.
That's good, man.
It's a day. Like, it's a day to me.
That's good.
And I'm free.
That's good. Hey, we're just for those of y'all that are just tuning in, we are on live with on the What's Going On DFW Radio podcast and show. Special guest Roger Foggle. Mahogany is on remote with us right now. Feel free, if any of you all have questions for us, you can call in at 972-591-8272. Mahogany, you were about to say something?
Yes, I'm getting ready to ask him another question, and I also want to remind everybody to please go ahead Right now, follow our Instagram. Is What's Going On DFW on Instagram. Follow that. Make sure that you're following our page so that when we get ready to announce the details on how to win your free website, you'll already be in the know, locked in, and you'll be able to, follow all the instructions to the T. So stop what you're doing right now. Follow us on Instagram. Make sure you're following the Facebook page so that when we drop those details, you can go do what you need to do. But I just have a question. I have maybe 2-3 questions for you, Mr. Barber. Number one, how did you get the money to start your business?
I went to work. I went to work. You go to barber college. You go to barber college for 9 months. You go do 1,500 hours, and back then you go to state board. You go to Austin. You go to state board, take the test. Back then it was a shampoo, blow dry, and a taper fade, and a razor shave. And before that, you take your written test. And then after you get your license, you go around the barbershop, seeing if they need any barbers, and if they'll give you a shot. They'll give you a shot. It's not every barbershop. I notice a lot of young barbers, they want instant money. It's not going to happen like that. You have to put your time in. I got an interesting story to tell you. It was a guy, when I first came out of barber college, I went to a barbershop on the south side. It's called Taylor's Barbershop. And it was on the corner of Evans and Allen.
I remember. Yeah,
Worked there a week. Mr. Taylor, the whole time I was there, all he kept showing me was how to use the razor. Showed me how to put it on the nape of the neck, how to go around someone's ear with the razor, things like that. And at the end of that week, Mr. Taylor told me, "Are you ready now? You can go on out there. You need to go work in a young barbershop." But that hurt me. I was like, man, I'm here. I don't want to shop hop. But I ended up doing that anyway. And then I ended up back in Millennium Cuts. Man, I just really cannot. Man, Millennium Cuts, I love you. That's what I'm going to say.
Right.
And I'm going to leave it at that. Because that Tyrone, that Andy, that Jerome, Gary, Keith, they invest so much in me.
That's good.
And even though you're an independent contractor, you still can learn.
Right.
And you have to be around people that are willing to teach you.
That's good.
But a lot of us, we get so complacent. We know everything.
Yeah.
We know everything. They can't teach us anything.
Right.
You gotta humble yourself as a business owner.
That's good.
You have to remain humble.
That's good.
You have to remain humble.
Yeah, they always say that the ways of a good leader is to always keep the posture of a student.
Yes.
And that really resonates on that point.
Yeah.
Mahogany, what was your next question?
Yeah. So my next question is, what advice would you give to an owner that's trying to start out? But may not have the capital, the money to do it, and they most definitely don't have the credit, which was going to be my next question. Is credit important? Now that you're established and you are where you are and you want to expand, is credit important? And what advice would you give to the younger generation that's just starting out?
Sometimes no means yes. That's it.
That's good.
Sometimes no means yes. It really does. As far as starting out, you gotta save $1. You gotta save $1. You can't spend it fast. You can't blow it on this, because one thing about it, in a cash business, money comes to your hand every day.
Right.
And as quick as it comes through your hand, it goes out of your hand.
Right.
You have to develop a plan. Like any business owner, you have to you develop a plan to start the business, but do you have a plan in place for the money? For the money once you get it.
Right.
You just can't focus on the business plan to start the business, but you got to focus on the money and what you're going to do with it.
Right.
As far as initial capital, hey, if you're going to start a radio station, get your credit right. Get up under some people that have a radio station already. Don't want a radio station and you talking to a car detailer.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, that's right.
Barber,
right.
As a barber, I can tell you how to start your business.
Yeah, right.
if you want to be a barber.
Right.
But I'm also a connector
Right.
of people because of barbering.
Barber, yeah, yes, right.
So I can tell you how to. I know several guys that detail.
That's right.
I know several guys that do roofing,
Right.
and I say all that. You got to find mentors.
Right.
You
That's
have
good.
to find mentors.
And it's funny
You
that
have
you
to.
that's funny that you said that too, because I know what's real key in the line of business, going to Mahogany's question as relates to credit, and managing your finances as a whole, is that if you have cash coming in, it just makes more sense that if you're self-employed or a business owner, to learn or set up those relationships with a financial advisor, with a personal banker, go in and talk to them and have those detailed questions like, okay, you see the money that I'm depositing or what's coming in on a regular basis. How can I take this, set up a certain amount for a savings account? How can I take this money and invest into my own 401k or Roth IRA, or 403b? Those investment. What are some investment options that I have? Because one of the things that's not talked about, and then maybe you can expound on too, is that from a barber college level, is that no one talks to them about finances. No one talks to them about, okay, who do you talk to as relates to working for yourself. You're working for yourself. Can you expound on that too for someone that's a business owner or an independent contractor, as it relates to what route they need to go?
Again, that's research.
Research. Okay.
Research. You can't expect to be self-employed and not pay your taxes
Yeah, that's good. That's
because
good.
you're not showing Uncle Sam anything.
Right.
You're
Right.
not showing what you can't take all that money and put it up under your mattress. You have to open up a bank account.
Right.
You have to show them. You have to show that.
Right.
And as far as your credit, you can't get a house. You can't get a house just because you say you made $100,000 last year.
Right.
They want to see that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
have to be able to show that.
Right, and
You
be
have
able
to
to see that money in a timely manner, not just
Yes.
you put it in last week and then
Exactly.
it's showing up the
Exactly.
next week.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with
And
you on that.
this is the best advice that I can give any business owner. Your savings should amount to 6 months of all your monthly bills.
Mm.
If you have $4,000 in bills a month,
Hmm.
you should have $24,000 in the savings.
That's good. That's a very good point. A very
I'm
good point.
serious because anything
Yeah.
can happen.
That's funny that
Get
you
you
brought
some
that up.
insurance.
Yeah.
You can talk
Yeah.
to people, and another thing, especially in barbering, man, you have people. Everybody from all facets of life want their haircut. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody needs a grooming idea. Talk to your clients. Man. Open your mouth. That's another thing that we don't do. We don't communicate well. You have to get out of that's fear because they might not want to talk to me just because they pull up in a Bentley. So what?
Yeah. Talk to him when you say talk to
Yeah,
him.
talk. You won't talk to them. You got to open your mouth,
Right.
and you have to be able to network.
Right.
Right.
You have to be able to network. You can't just
Right.
again. Barbering. I love every barber that I've came in contact with. Thank you.
Because you've learned something from
I've
them.
learned something
From
from
them. Yeah. That's
something
good.
from them.
That's good.
But also, I had to develop a network outside of the barbershop,
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
and I'm learning something from them as well.
Right. That's
But
good.
I didn't close my eyes. Don't get fed.
That's good, man.
It's just you got to talk. You got to open up.
That's good.
You got to be willing. A lot of people. That's fear.
That is fear.
They're
That is
they're
fear.
intimidated.
They're
It's
intimidated. Right. Right. That's
what
fear.
makes him any different than you? Honestly, why are you afraid to talk to this person, especially as a man? Like, open up your mouth, talk.
That's good. That's good. Mahogany, what you got for me?
Yeah, so touching on what you just said when you said talk to people and network, and you have to network, that's the number one thing. And that's the difference between you and them. You know what I'm saying? There are people, like I always say, the only difference between you and a millionaire is that they wanted it more. They went out there and did what they needed to do to get there. They did the test and failed. You know, they went through the trial and
Say that again, Mahogany. Mahogany. Say that. Repeat that again, please. They did the what?
they did the test and failed.
There you go.
They had to keep failing.
Man, you
They kept failing. They kept failing.
Man, you gonna kill my ringer, man.
Every 5 seconds they failed, and guess what? They kept going. They did not stop. That's the only difference. A lot of people get in it and they stop because they failed. Okay? Stop. Okay, go ahead, fail. Stop. But go back to the drawing board and do it all over again.
That's right.
Like, you just can't stop. Like, if you look at everybody's story, like from Oprah to, even the Starbucks guy to even Coca-Cola and all of them, just anybody that you can think of that's just, millionaires, billionaires, or even it ain't even about being a millionaire, billionaire, it's just about being successful, period. Look at all of those people that you're looking up to. Look at all of those people that, you admire right now, and actually go research their stories. A lot of times we don't do research. We just want to know right then. What I like to do, I like to sit up and actually look on the history of people that that I admire, and one of the people that I really love, everybody know I love Sean Combs. Diddy, I love him. I'm going to be the female Diddy, okay? And I just feel like you have to look into their past. You have to look at their history and see what they did so that you can tailor it to your own walk in life, because a lot of them went through the same, if not the exact same stuff that we went through. A lot of them was broke too. A lot of them had bad credit too. A lot of them went the wrong route too. But guess what? Look at where they at now.
Right.
So you got to sit there and tell yourself, okay, here I am. I'm 26 years old. Where do I want to be when I'm 40? Okay, how am I going to get there? Okay, and what do I need to do now? What little steps can I take now to make sure that I hit that? So like you said at first, you need goals. You need a plan. A lot of people are just living, until the next day right now. Don't nobody have a plan no more. And going back to you talking about the finances and stuff like that, a lot of people don't have multiple streams of income. And that's something that I've been pushing lately too. Everybody needs to have a multiple stream of income. If you ain't got a hustle, you need to get a hustle. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you go into the school to sell pencils to the kids at school, 10 cents a pencil or whatever you do. You need to find something to do, something that you like. Write down a list of things that you like. If you like to watch TV, write down I like to watch TV. If you like to sleep all day, write down I love to sleep all day. Because guess what? You can make money doing anything. I don't care what it is. You can make money doing anything. There's people out here making money to watch TV. There's people out here making money to sleep. There's people out here making money just to look at the sky all day. I'm telling y'all, you can be a millionaire doing exactly anything. It does not matter. But it's about you actually making a plan and putting it into action. Think about all the people that's millionaires right now off of an idea that somebody else put down.
Right.
Off a small idea that somebody else said, oh, no, that ain't going to work. That ain't going to be nothing. But they're millionaires now.
Right.
So you just got to really believe in yourself and have a good mindset and just keep pushing through it. Get around like-minded individuals, okay? Get around people. I have to throw away a whole bunch of friends and distractions and just all of that to get to the space that I'm in now. And a lot of my Facebook followers can see my growth. I get a message every day from somebody saying, dang, you inspired me. And I ain't even done yet. You know what I'm saying? You just have to get around like-minded people. Or if you believe in God, if you don't believe in God, believe in whoever you need to believe in so that you can get over that hump.
Right.
Like I'm telling you. And until you start focusing on what you need to focus on and doing what you need to do, you're going to forever be stuck, and you're going to be one of them 60-year-olds looking up, still got a job.
Right. That's good, Mahogany.
And Mahogany, to interject, I want to interject here where you said something about having several streams of income.
Yeah, do you have multiple streams?
Do I have multiple streams of income? No, ma'am. Mm-hmm. I have one stream of income.
Okay.
One stream of income, and this is why. Once that one particular stream of income becomes self-sufficient,
right,
then I'll work on a second stream
right.
of income.
Right.
A lot of times we want several different streams of income, but one is suffering.
Right.
Something is suffering.
Right.
And that's not to step on anybody's dream or anything like that. But I also have to tell you this. You have to be a great steward of whatever income that you have.
Right. Yeah. Be the master.
A lot
of
of times, barbers, stylists, people who run detail shop, people self-employed, they're not good stewards of their money. Mm-hmm. They get the money and they blow the money. Right. And this is the lesson that I'm learning. Right. Still, after 19 years. Right. Right. Like you have to be a great steward of money. I don't want to, and I don't. To be honest with you, I don't want another job. Yeah. But I want I want another venture.
Another venture. That's good. That's
I want
good.
another venture.
That's
I
good.
don't want another job. I want another venture.
Right. Well, and let
So
me and by you saying Stewart Mahogany, because I'm going to go ahead and go into something else. One of the unique things about Mr. Fogel that's on the show today, because one of the things I've been really pumping, because this is one of the things that a lot of people don't know about Mr. Fogel is what I'm about to talk about. And it was very profound when I saw that he had instituted this some months ago. I think it was as you started doing this early this year, didn't you? It was even before. Was it before this school semester or was it early this semester?
which one?
Well, you don't know about being there before school starts.
Oh, Motivational Mondays.
Mon-
Yeah, I
Mon-
started
Monday,
that. Yeah, I started that the first day of school this year,
first day of school this year.
and
Okay,
then the
so
reading program was last August.
right, so the person that's sitting next to me right now, currently right now, this is an African American male in Fort Worth, Texas, that's doing something that's really blown my mind, that has taken on a life of its own currently right now. Um,
Yeah.
it's really done taking on a life of its
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
Number one, and he's going to talk about it currently right now. He came up with an idea. This young man that we're listening to, that you all are viewing currently right now, he came up in the beginning of while working on a daily basis, when some of his clients come around and they have their kids, whether it be a young lady, young or some of the young men, while they're sitting in the chair, instead of them, having regular conversation like most of us have in a barbershop, you know what he does? He gives them a book to read, and he sits with them in the chair in between clients, and he has the baby boy clients. He has them read to them. That's one program. Then the next program is Motivation Mondays.
Motivational Mondays. Yes, sir.
Motivational Mondays. What is Hosea? What is Motivational Mondays? What is Roger Foggle doing as it relates to Motivational Mondays? Mr. Fogel heads a team of young black men that are fathers. Some of them single fathers. Some of them don't even have kids. They go to selective elementary schools in the Fort Worth area, and before school on a Monday morning, they are there in droves, welcoming kids coming into the school, giving them high fives, encouraging them to come into the school. When I saw him do this, and I saw him doing this on Facebook Live, it just blew my mind. It blew my mind. I'm like, yes, that's it. And I want to commend you for doing that, Mr. Fogel, because that is so. I mean, no words can really explain that. Please talk about both of those programs, please, man.
Man, first, thank you for the praise. Thank you for the honor and the respect. You know, I just got tired of always talking about it. I got tired of always pointing the finger. So I made it do a boomerang. The Reading with Barbers is an initiative that started with Forward ISD. There are 9. I'm a charter member
Okay.
of Reading with Barbers. There are currently 9 barbershops that participate
Okay.
in this program.
Okay.
And what it is, Forward ISD brings books into the barbershops. They brought the bookshelves in, and children, put your phones down. Uh, Stop running around the barbershop. Let me stimulate your mind.
Right. That's good.
Let me put some fat on your brain, as they call it.
That's good.
And a lot of times we think the barbershop is just about the barbershop is a platform, and whatever vibe that your barbershop has, your clients are gonna have. You understand what
That's
I mean?
good. Yeah, I
So
understand exactly what you're
if they
saying.
hear their barbers talking about different books, reading books, they see because every barber in the barbershop
Hmm.
is reading a book on their own about self-development. It might be about finances, but these are the conversations that we have in the barbershop.
Right. And
We
this is
talk
at
about
Millennium
these things.
Cuts in Fort
Yes,
Worth.
at Millennium Cuts.
Okay.
I got to put that out there. 8,000 Wichita,
Hmm.
Fort Worth, Texas. But anyway, yeah. So Forward ISD, they came. He reached out to me. Carlos Walker, Zenobia Hood, Nakia Cole,
Okay.
Sherry Breed. They had this program. Christine Moss. They had went to a conference and they had seen it. where some schools, if some conference out of state, and they brought it back to Fort Worth, and they asked us to team with them.
Okay.
And hey, it took a mind of its own, man. I had people sending books from Kansas City, Atlanta. We have had books, people from Fort Worth. We have tons and tons and tons of
Wow.
books, like boxes of books.
Right.
People are just, they've taken it and they're encouraging it and they're loving it, man. I just appreciate even being thought of to even be a part of the initiative.
But that's great
Like,
though,
and
man.
and anybody that knows me, I'm hard, but I'm fair.
Yeah.
I love kids. I want kids to do great. I feel like they all should be able to do great.
Right.
I don't care anything about the circumstance. I don't care anything about uh, negative that they hear, negative that they've gone through. We can sow into those kids, and that's really what that program is about.
Okay.
Sowing something in that kid, giving them somebody to look at.
Wow.
Giving them
Wow.
somebody to look at. And it's not just a black thing, it's a universal thing. Man.
Right. Right.
We're suffering. Our children are dying. Our children are not going to school. We got to do our part. And
Right.
the barbershop is the perfect place to do it.
Wow.
So
wow.
many of them come in the barbershop.
That's good.
Motivational Mondays.
Yeah. Talk about that. Talk about that.
Motivational Mondays, man. I just like, I'm from Eastwood, east side of Fort Worth, Texas.
No doubt.
I had a great upbringing. My mom and daddy was there,
Uh-huh.
but I had some friends that didn't have what I had,
Right.
and that was in the 70s and the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Things are different now.
Yeah.
Drugs have taken over, alcohol have taken over, violence has taken over. I felt like, and everybody's always talking about these kids and how bad they are, what they won't do, what they will do, and things like that.
Right.
One thing I understand is if you encourage anybody,
Mm-hmm.
encourage a child.
Yeah.
Cause see, a lot of times these grown people, you
Mhm.
can't tell them anything; they know everything.
Right.
But you can be an influence on a child,
Right.
and a child will remember you.
Yes.
A child, like,
Right.
I remember stuff that my mom told me at 8 years old. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
stuff that my mom told me at 12 years old,
Yeah.
like still today. And a lot of kids today, they don't have that because of circumstances and things that are going on, society, social media, and things like that. When you go to these schools and you see what I see, I don't want to. I can't really go into detail
No
about
doubt. No doubt.
some of the things that I see, but you could tell when they get out the car, when they walking up to the door,
Mm-hmm.
something's not right.
Something not right.
You
Or
can look at their clothes, you can look at
yeah.
their hair, you can look
Wow.
at their smile, their
Wow.
teeth. You can tell, you can look at their ears, you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they go into the school, children, as children do,
Mm-hmm.
are going to point that out, and they're going to pick at them.
Right.
They're going to pick at them, and
Right.
they're going to make those kids feel bad.
Right.
They already got to deal with what they got to deal with. So why not, when you come into the school, hey, you're greatness.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. You're a king. You're a queen. I
Right.
love you.
That's good.
Come here, man. Let me hug you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll change their whole day.
And just to
It
add to
changes their whole day.
not to cut you off, and I apologize. I promise you guys, please follow Mr. Foggle on Facebook. He has all of these different events on Motivational Mondays. It's all recorded on his Facebook. I'm telling you, just watching 10 minutes of it, I'm telling you, it'll inspire you. So for some of those Mondays, it'll also make you cry. You know what I
Yes.
mean? There was one particular day I'll never forget. It was ironic. You had pointed it out too. He was like, "Wow, look at this." Look at all. You said this on the video. You said, "Look at all of these fathers that are dropping off these kids off to
Oh,
school.
man.
Look at all these fathers that are dropping off these kids." But nobody was talking about that. But it was just so nice to see and to physically see it. To physically see it on social media. It was being captured on social media that he wasn't. It was the truth. It was you seeing fathers, all walks of life, dropping
Yes.
off their kids,
Yes.
dropping off their kids and bringing them to school.
Let me tell you something. I've seen some fathers that I know personally. I know their situation. I know, it's not the best situation, but it blessed me to see them get up and take their kids to school. Do you hear me?
Wow.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not they having a rough time right now.
Yeah. Right.
It's hard on them. But guess what?
But
I'm
they
taking you to
must-
school. I'm gonna drop you off to school. Man, that is the best part of it. Like
Yeah.
that, and with the smiles that you see
Right.
on those
Yeah.
kids' faces,
Yeah.
because you don't know what they going through, but
Mhm.
just a high five and to speak life,
Right.
into them,
Right.
like speak life into them, man. And
Wow.
since we brought it up,
Yeah.
I will be at Eastern Hills Elementary School in
Yeah,
Fort Worth,
yeah.
Texas this Monday.
This Monday
Y'all come
coming
out,
up.
man.
Yeah,
Come
this
out.
Monday. What is that? That's the 7th, I think, right? This
Yes,
Monday.
the next. Yes.
Yeah, this next Monday coming up, Monday morning, he will be at Eastern Hills Elementary School. Is
Yes,
that right?
sir.
Eastern Hills Elementary
Yes, sir.
School in Fort Worth, Texas. He'll be there bright and early. If they're and you're open to any men that want to come out, any men that want to come out and be there to help support, and be there to encourage the kids as they come into the school
And women
and-
as well.
and women.
Because
Okay.
what I'm finding,
Okay.
it's great for a man to speak life into a woman, but it feels even better to a young lady when a woman speaks life into her as well.
Okay. Okay.
They need to see that because a lot of those girls, those young girls that I see in those schools and things like that, they're not coming from the best surroundings, the best situations. So they need to see a positive female
Yeah,
role
positive
model.
Okay.
And the woman can always I don't know what it is about women
Mhm.
and little girls
Mhm.
and girls and little women and little girls. They can say something to each other,
Mhm.
and it's just the most amazing thing. Everything I don't know. I don't know if it's the power of
Yeah.
the woman. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on, but I've seen some women say something to each other,
Wow.
and it's just like it's like a 360-degree. I don't know what it
Wow.
is. I don't know how they do it. I'm a
Yeah.
man. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But
It's,
I've
it's
seen
that woman
women
connection.
speak life
It's that
and
female
say
connection.
something to a woman,
Right.
and they I wish we could do more of that.
Yes.
I do it, men. I see men do it as well.
No doubt. No
I'm
doubt.
not trying to take anything from my brothers.
Yeah.
so don't get
Yeah.
mad.
Most definitely. Most
But
definitely.
I've seen women say something to each other, and it's crazy. Like
Right.
that woman. Like
Mhm.
I don't know what they do.
Mhm.
I'm not God. I don't know. I don't know what it's about.
Right.
But man, it's a beautiful
Wow.
thing to watch.
Wow.
And that's why I want women to come out. That's why I want women to come out and for those little girls. I've seen it work and I know it'll work. I just
Gotcha.
need some women to come out, speak life into those young girls. We got the boys. We got that. We got plenty of men out there.
Right.
Shout out to John Crane, Johnny Judah, Richard Roby, Joseph Gidry, Rodney McIntosh, Don Juan Hutchinson. Man, they
They out there. Yeah.
they
They out there. They out
they
there.
out there, man.
They
Like
out there.
that.
But that
They
says a
love
lot to-
doing that. Like
Yeah.
and
yeah.
that's what it's about.
But that says a lot too. That and with hearing stories like that and knowing that this is something that's actively going on currently right now, it helps change the narrative of this quote unquote stigma as relates to the story of the man not quote unquote doing his part or not doing enough. And every once in a while, stories like this needs to come out. They need to come out so that people can have a different mindset, a different perspective on like, hey, there's some things that are going on that we just don't know about. You know what I mean? And that light needs to be shed on. So I commend you and the whole group and the whole team that you have.
Oh man,
put
I'm gonna
together.
get beat up. I'm
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
What's up? Go ahead.
Ramona Weathersby and Stacey Monroe have came out.
Oh, they have?
Oh,
Little ladies?
my
Okay.
goodness.
Yeah,
Let me.
yeah, yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah, okay.
I'm about to get beat up.
Right.
I might need to look out the window and see if they pulling up or something like that. But it'll be. I'll be there at 7:30 Monday.
7:30.
7:30 Monday.
7:30 Monday.
One time.
Okay. All right.
What
Cool.
time?
I know we got a couple of more. We got about 3 minutes before we have to sign off. As relates to your reading program, if someone wanted to donate books, if there's someone wanted to assist you in that effort, how can they get in contact with you?
You can reach me at my email, rzrdr 2015 at gmail.com. You can always drop them off at Millennium Cuts Barber Studio, 8000 Wichita, Suite 112, Fort Worth, Texas. Or you can also take them. You can take them to Kay's Barber Shop. You can take them to Jazzy Cuts. You
Okay.
can take them to the Chop House. You could take them to Felton Love over at Hair Doctor Studio. Also, man, if you guys looking for somebody to be a barber, go over there for get your kids. Felton got some good programs going over there for kids, man. Y'all go to Hair Doctors. It's over there off McCard. It's another barber. It's another barber shop. I'm trying to make sure.
Okay.
Marcus Exquisite Beauty. That's on Berry. Several bar. J. Kenlow's is in the Hewlin Mall. Go by there, man. But if all else fails, pick up the phone and call me, and I'll tell you. But just drop the books off, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
Just drop them off.
Well, most definitely. And again, man, we appreciate
Okay.
you. Yes, yeah. Go ahead, Mahogany. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah. So before we sign off, I just want to remind everybody, if you are looking for a free website, make sure that you go on our Instagram account after the show is over. I will be posting all the details and everything on that. If you are a business owner, or even hopefully just a business owner, because we need y'all to have everything established, mostly for the website. But even if you don't, feel free to go on there. All the details and everything is going to be on the Instagram post. So if you don't follow our Instagram, it's what's going on DFW, and all of the information and the details on how to win will be there. So yes, and we do thank you all for coming on tuning into our show today. It was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful having you here, Mr. Foggle. Thank you so much for joining at last minute notice, too. So we really do thank you for all the gems that you dropped today, and you are an amazing person. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. And again, here it is. You have a boost. You have a push. They're telling you what to do. They're trying to give you a website. Take advantage of it. Mm-hmm. It makes no sense. Here it is.
Right.
Here it is, right here.
It's right here.
Here it is. Take advantage of it.
Yep. All we can do is throw you the alley-oop. It's on you to slam dunk it.
That's
you
it.
know what I mean? But again, appreciate you again, Mr. Foggle, man. And we're lost for words, man. The information that you gave out tonight, man, was awesome, off the chain. Feel free to let us know if there's any way that we can help and support anything that you got going on in the community as well. Please let us know. You know what I mean? These are stories. These are things that we want to partner with. So we want to be most definitely an encouragement to you. And anything that you got going on in the community, please.
Most definitely, man. I just want to say thank you
Yes, sir.
to everybody that supports me, that encourages me, that tells me you're going to do it, you're going to be great, that speaking life. I speak so much life into other people. Sometimes my energy is taken from me because I pour so much in other people, and sometimes I need that other people give me, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. Everybody, thank you.
No doubt. Well, again, everybody, man, I'd like to thank everyone that signed on and that was watching us on live today. Anyone that was listening to us on the podcast, thank you so much. We appreciate all of our viewers and all of our listeners. Please feel free to tune in on next week, same time, Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, to find out what's going on right here in the DFW. Thank all of you, and may all of you have a blessed week.
Go Cowboys. That was great, though.
You are tuned into the A-Side on THAAfterparty.com.
Hello, I'm Hosea.
And I'm Mahogany Monro.
What's Going On podcast? Tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
For finances, networking, and living your best life.
Catch us every Thursday on Side A of the After Party Radio.
See you at the party.